I will read this aloud, and then we'll have a look at it. So Samantha Blackstone was right outside her small massage parlor, enjoying the wonderful weather of the day. The wind was playing with her ebony hair, while her emerald eyes were looking at the sun. Even though she could not see it, she could feel its warmth caressing her cheeks. Okay, so this sentence, right? It's good because it's very descriptive. It's very and I noticed that in general about this story that you get into descriptions and you describe in a very good way, and I like that very much. So when we're going to apply show don't tell in a stricter way, then you notice something that is here that I said we should try to limit. Sorry? Well, yeah, I'm not talking about individual words, but adjectives. Yeah. So the thing about adjectives is that it does, in a way, it does add some color to the sentence, because you say like, okay, she was enjoying the wonderful weather of the day, so that means, okay, we know that this was a beautiful day. You know, her emerald eyes, her small massage parlor. We're getting a lot of extra information here. Okay, so there are good arguments for doing that, and I understand why you do that. So, but now that we are focusing on show don't tell, it's kind of like it's gonna first get worse and then it's gonna get better, right? So it's kind of hard to dispense with adjectives because you might feel that your story becomes a little bit sterile if you don't have adjectives in it. But actually, then you have to look for ways of replacing the adjectives, and eventually you do. So let's take them one at a time. So she was outside her small massage parlor, enjoying the wonderful weather of the day. Okay, so this is okay. Now I'm gonna criticize this, and it's not like everybody does these things. So it's not like personally for you, but I'm sure that everybody has more or less done these things. So, and I certainly did before I learned the technique. So the thing is that you give this information, her small massage parlor, but that is telling us, okay, now we already know that her massage parlor is small, but that's telling. If we write show don't tell, then we don't know it yet. We just know that she's standing outside. We don't know where she is even, because nobody has told us. So that's part of this technique, that nobody tells you these things. You just work them out by yourself based upon the sort of experiences that you have through the text. And so the thing is that many times when you have a very, very show don't tell text, you can, in the beginning, be a little bit, okay, I don't know exactly what is happening here, I don't know what the situation is, I don't know, but I'm feeling it. So I'm feeling it, I'm drawn in by it because it's show don't tell, I'm experiencing these things, and later I find it out. I get curious. She's standing outside, but outside what? And then later you find out, and you're like, strictly need to know basis. So therefore, yeah. So therefore, the way that I would change this, okay, so I'm gonna show you how much you could delete here. I'm not saying you should do that, okay? So this is not like from now on your story is going to be like that. No, I'm just showing this is what you could delete, but then you have to sort of add that information later in the story. So it's not like just take this out. Okay, so here you could, I'm not saying this is going to be pretty, okay, so okay. Samantha Blackstone was enjoying the weather. So here already it's more show don't tell. We've removed wonderful. We've removed of the day, because of the day is also telling. Okay, so it is because the sorry?
It's not mine.
Yeah, the omniscient narrator is telling you it's daytime. But you will find out that it's daytime later in this paragraph. So, Samantha Blackstone was enjoying the weather. It's not a very beautiful sentence. So, and it's also a little bit telling to say she was enjoying it. Okay, so I'm showing. Okay.
Samantha was. Full stop.
End of story.
Yeah, Samantha Blackstone. Full stop. Okay. Okay, but I'm showing you the most extreme show don't tell. Okay, and I'm not. It's very, very useful to do that. So some of you might take the challenge upon you to write your story in the most extreme possible show don't tell. It will be a very, very good exercise. I'm not saying everybody should do that, because not everybody has the time for that either. But it's a very useful exercise because it will develop you as a writer very rapidly. Because when you start to realize, okay, even this is telling, you start to become more conscious of your craft, and then after that you can say, well, I decide I allow myself a little bit of telling. Come on, okay, I'll read you like 2 paragraphs from the world. I went quite ballistic in doing show don't tell in the world, but then I allowed a little bit telling back in, which is what you should do eventually. But it's good for your technical development to do this. Okay, so enjoying is also, even though it's a verb, it's also slightly telling. So can somebody tell me what would be more showing, in case you know?
I'm sorry, I have the parenthesis. When do you have this class again?
Okay.
By then, maybe we can learn the technique, but by tomorrow morning, okay.
It is a challenge to do it all in 5 days, that is true. But yeah, so tomorrow it's true, we want the first draft of all the stories. Okay.
But no kidding, I would like to come to the next one. In order to practice up to then and to see.
I expect November or December.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I have a different course in September and a different course in October. So I guess that this course will be back in November. So she was enjoying the weather. Enjoying is telling. What is more showing?
She lifted her face to the sun.
Yes. Yes. That is showing. That's showing.
Is it?
It is. She lifted her face to the sun. There's no telling in that whatsoever, because it's her physical movement, and we understand, we conclude from her physical movement.
Can you
say she turned her face to the world, seeking the sun.
That's also telling.
It's telling.
Yeah. Seeking the sun is already telling, because you're telling the reader that she's seeking the sun. But it's not bad telling. It's not like using an adverb. It's not even using an adjective, but it's using a verb that is kind of telling.